Right, so welcome back to Adventure 82. Today we're actually doing about St Bartholomew's Day in the West Witton Feast. I'll explain to you more about that a bit later on, but for now what we're going to be starting with is they do a walk through West Witton, around an area of West Witton known as Cagram, and they come back in through another area called Grass Gill, and along the way there's mosaics where they do talks about the different mosaics, explaining the whole story behind Bartle, the West Witton Feast and St Bartholomew's Day, which is what the West Witton Feast is predominantly based on, which is normally on the 24th of August. They do it as close as possible, the West Witton Feast, to that. So without any further ado, let's start our mosaic walk. Right, so it started to rain. I don't do rain. Also, Erica wounded her legs yesterday on a 3-mile walk, 4-mile walk. There we go. So, and then walk that were for the Burning Bartle mosaics is quite steep, so her legs won't do it, they're cramping on it. So what we're going to do is hopefully we'll be able to drive you up and we'll show you like the last 4, because 6, there's one for each verse of the rhyme about Bartle, which I'll tell you more about later and all. But right, so I said I'd show you some of these mosaics, or there's 6 in total because there's 6 verses to the rhyme about Burning Bartle. The first 2 we can't get to today because, as I explained, because of Erica's back and her legs from the walk yesterday, because she's got a damaged back from when she was back in secondary school. We can't get to those 2. She can't make the incline today and you can't drive up. So what we're going to do is do the other ones, but I'll tell you the rhyme first. The rhyme is, I'll also show you it on the piece of paper at the same time. It's on Penhill Crags he tore his rags, a hunter's thorn he blew his horn, a Capelbank stee he brake his knee, a Grass Hill beck he brake his neck, a Wadham's end he couldn't fend, a Grass Hill end will make his end, shout lad shout. At which point everybody cheers and they set the bloke on fire, which is what you'll see later when they actually do the Burning Bartle bit. But for now we're at mosaic number 3, which relates to the line of
he broke his knee.
And it literally says it on there.
So that's there, see? I might actually, no, I will actually put a picture of this map up, because the lady who very kindly gave this to me was telling me they don't actually print this map anymore. So I will actually put a picture of this map up on the Adventure 82 Facebook page. And I'll put a link to that in the description for you if you ever want to print this off and follow it yourself, because as far as I'm aware these are permanently in place. It doesn't have to be during Burning Bartle that you can actually come and find these. You can come and find these whenever you want. So with that said, he's just broken his knee. We're now going to go to Grass Hill Beck where he broke his neck, because these all refer to actual places around West Witton. So we need to go that way. Right, if you do decide to follow this map, it's got some instructions on it as well, which I'll put in the photograph with the link I mentioned earlier. It's not necessarily the easiest to follow. So like for instance, at one point you have to walk down a place called Watery Lane. Watery Lane is actually just this. In fact, mostly it's stones like that, so it doesn't actually look like a lane. And then the instructions then tell you to go past a barn, which is this rather abandoned barn, and then there's a second one beyond this, and you have to go in between the 2 and head north. So yeah, we're on our way to the 4th one, but I thought I'd just put this in for those who want to follow it, so you kind of know what you're looking for, because if you're not 100% certain, you could quite easily go the wrong way and not realise until it's too late. So yeah, past this barn, but then see there's a second dilapidated barn in the background. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's just this one you go past and then you head north. So that's where we're going. North, by the way, is this direction along the side of the barn. So that's the way we need to go now, into that wood there, which is called Kip Wood. So there we go. Bye, Erica.
Chill out, mate.
Right, so we've just come out of Kip Wood and we're now in a field of sheep.
Hello, sheep.
So you have to follow the hedge down here, which is what we're going to do. But you can see there West Whitton down there. So we're almost back down into the main village. There's another 3 down here. So this is number 4. Then we're going to do 5 and 6. Then we'll go down to St Bartholomew's Church. Or somewhere else reasonably quiet. And I'll explain the whole Burning Bartle thing to you guys. So yeah, mosaic number 5 and 4 and 6. That's what's next.
4, 5 and 6.
That's what I said, 5, 4 and 6.
Ugh. Oh, actually, I read on the sign, which is quite nice, that I'm being attacked by midges. At St Bartholomew's, they're doing an exhibition of quilting and patchwork, which is nice.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, probably, but not for a video, is it?
Yes.
A person that's a
Girls
person,
An adventure
watch
into
it.
quilting?
Yes.
No.
a
Yes.
person
See you
saying
in a
that who
minute.
doesn't know how.
Here we are, see? Mosaic number 4, couldn't fend.
Stop murring at us. We haven't done anything.
So
We're
there we
just
go.
finding
That's
things.
the 4th mosaic. So we've now matched that one up.
shush.
Next one we're going to do is further down this direction. So we'll go on and do that next. In case you're wondering what the noise is, there's a sheep out here in the field. He's hidden behind that bush, who thinks he can turn around and tell everyone off. So that's what he's doing. But yeah, see the others, they don't care. They're just having some grass. Right, so yeah, now we need to go and do number 5. Mosaic number 5 is actually attached to a tree, which is quite cool. So it says here, broke his neck. Note that it's an old spelling of the word broke. There's no E. So that's because the tradition of Burning Bartle actually goes back, as far as they can tell, to 1902 is the actual first recorded mention of the Burning Bartle, which was done in a book and printed in 1902. But they think that the Burning Bartle, the whole Burning Bartle parade and the symbolism of Burning Bartle and the whole festival thing actually goes back quite a bit further than that, because they think it's pagan in origin. But there's very little evidence or mention of it, as there is in the case of quite a few of these smaller pagan things that were very specific to little villages around the UK. They all had little bits and pieces like this. So yeah, Burning Bartle goes back quite a way. But onward to number 6. We're now out onto Grassgill Lane, where you find the last and final of the mosaics, which is where he met his end, which is just in front of me here. So right, like Erica said, there's a quilt thing going on at the church at the moment, so don't interfere with that for people. So what we'll do is, as we come up to the mosaic, which is just here, I'll show you the mosaic, and then I'll show you the field that it all ends up in. So that's the last one. See, make his end. So met his end, make his end. Obviously old English has changed a lot over the years, but that's the last one. You can see he's on fire. Now the whole story behind Burning Bartle, there's quite a fair bit of controversy about exactly what the whole Burning Bartle thing is about. So I'd say in what's it, 12:30 now in the afternoon, so in about 8 hours for me, sorry, not for you, it'll be more like about 5-10 minutes, depending how long I waffle on about this. You'll be able to come, we'll be in this field. It'll be about 9:15, 9 o'clock at night, and there'll be quite a few people from the village in here, and there'll be a big effigy, like a Guy Fawkes, in the field, which has been carried up through the village, which will have followed from just outside my house to this field, where they will then set him on fire and they will cheer. The whole story behind Burning Bartle, like I say, they're somewhat contrived. So almost all the theories on Burning Bartle and the story and the origin agree that Burning Bartle being a short name for Bartholomew, which is why it's linked to St Bartholomew's Day, which is why I think it might be a religious thing as well. But almost all the theories, aside from the religious ones, agree that he was a thief. Now, they vary on whether it's a sheep thief. Some people say he was a pig thief. A couple of people say he was a cow thief. But whatever one it was, the idea is that what happened was he was arrested, and then he was basically forced to do this walk from Pen Hill. So it says, like, at Pen Hill Crags, he tore his rags and stuff, till he got to the point where he was here, and he was nigh on dead in the first place, from what they'd done to him on the way around to bring him down to this point, before they then tied him up, set him on fire. But you'll notice that before they actually set him on fire, and they do this to the effigy as well, what they actually did is they actually stabbed him first with a knife, then they set him on fire. So they made him do like this torture walk all the way to here in the cold, because this was done in winter. Well, this is so the theory goes anyway. I've been told this. I mean, so many theories. And then he was walked to here, then they stabbed him, then they set him on fire. I mean, how much persecution does one person need for stealing like some cattle? But that's the story behind it, or one of the theories behind it. There are many. Which one's the right one is anybody's guess, but that's the whole theory behind the Burning Bartle story. It seems to mean a lot to the people of West Witton. As I've noticed, today, 'cause it's my first time being in West Witton when this festival's going on. A lot of people seem to come down to do it, actually. A lot of the hikers come to do the walk here for the mosaics and such. There's other things going on as well. There's the quilting competition stuff that's going on in the church. They do a barbecue as well, which is free if you're taking part in the mosaic walk and stuff. There's more things going on tomorrow. What, I've forgotten what's going on tomorrow?
There's a fell race as well today at 6.
Fell race?
Yeah. And tomorrow it's like barbecue, and it's basically a fun day.
Okay.
Where they have stalls, and they have the park up on the field obviously as well, and they have kids games and fancy dress and all
so there you go.
Stuff.
It's something like you'd imagine. Erica kind of hit this on the head, really. If you've ever watched Father Brown, when they have one of their little like village festivals, it's very much like that. So yeah, if you are around this way in August, it's definitely worth popping around and having a nose, maybe taking part in a few bits. Hang on, old school tractor, look at that. That's a proper old school tractor.
They have a competition in the village hall today as well, where they've grown vegetables and kids can make things and paint and such.
Okay, so we've got a vegetable growing festival. See, that sounds like Kempleford already. We're back in Father Brown. It's really quite cool though. It is quite nice to be in a village. It has this kind of community thing to it. probably isn't as noticeable with me as maybe it should be, because obviously I do tend to avoid being around people too much because I can't deal with it. But tractor's off somewhere. Oh, here we go again. Right, tractor's gone. So yeah, there's lots of little competitions, vegetable growing competitions and all sorts. Obviously some of those you're not going to take part in if you don't live here, but yeah, it's definitely worth the gander just to come down here, even if it's just for the Saturday. Maybe stay overnight in one of the few, they have quite a few around here actually, of like lets you can get and take part in, maybe just like the Burning Bartle thing in the evening, and the mosaic walk, because it is quite the experience.
Stephen?
But Eric has found something. There you go. That's about the guided walk. Look at that. So that's that. The walk, I said I will put up the map for you, which I will, which will have the instructions either side. I'll put that up, like I said, on the Facebook page in case anybody wants to come down and do that. You can do that any time of the year. You don't have to do it on an August. I would suggest probably not doing it in the winter, because like some of the wood sections we've been through today, and especially that little very rocky road which is called Watery Lane, would probably be quite unsafe, especially in like the very kind of cold winter months when it'll probably be iced over and coated in snow. You'll probably break your neck. So don't do it then, but definitely autumn, summer and spring you could do it, as long as you're careful that you with autumn and spring that you don't do it when it's too wet. Otherwise some of those places will be quite slippery. But yeah, otherwise reasonably cool. So the last part of this video, actual burning of Bartle. Right, so somebody decided to go and film the quilt thing for you at St Bartholomew's Church.
Yes.
Which was very nice of her. Except she didn't say a word. So you have no idea what she was looking at. Or what she was doing. And tried to blame me. So
Pretty obvious.
well, no, because you filmed, there's this clip here, which I'll show you these clips in a minute because they are worth seeing.
Thanks.
Sorry. That where you're showing them some writing. What was that writing about?
About how quilting and embroidery and that started.
Right.
Apparently in Europe. I did not know. So I only scan read it. I mean like it's a whole A4 piece of paper.
Right, well,
So
you
I'm
definitely
not
get a clear
going to
shot.
remember of every single little bit.
No, but you did get a clear shot of it, so if people want to read it, they could pause it technically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the other one I showed was the lady.
There's 3 clips.
Yeah, the other one.
No.
There's a picture of a lady at the bottom. Apparently she used to, she's no longer here. A lot of the quilts were made by her.
Right.
And it gives you a brief history of her and stuff. So,
Oh, okay, that's quite cool.
very sweet.
Definitely, that's quite cool. It's just like his. I don't know if you guys watched my West Whitton tour video, but in that one, I don't know if you've seen it. I don't think you have. But the West Whitton tour video went inside the church, and at the back of the church, near where you go in, there's a handmade model of the church.
Oh yes.
And that was by somebody who's also from the village. She was like 90 something, 93, 94 I think.
Yeah.
When she passed away. And she made that in school, in what was the old school that's now a house. No, because but the actual whole school building's actually still there, it's just a house.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. I just thought I'd let you know that she is rather clever, but also for some reason didn't want to talk to you, which I think is a bit rude.
There were a lot of people in that church, right? And they were all talking and eating cake and coffee.
Yeah, but I can tell you from listening to those clips when I played them back, you can't hear anything.
Oh, shush. Right. Anyway, as I was trying to say, one of the pictures,
photographs
of the on the windowsill. They
Yeah.
made like tiny little beds with
Right.
tiny little embroidered little duvet quilt things on them. They're so cute.
Right, okay.
Anyway,
Okay, that's
there were
cool.
many.
Right.
I've never
Okay.
seen so many
So,
in my life.
Yeah,
before.
maybe next time when she does you something, she'll actually talk to you. But yeah, just thought I'd say that. Where are we? Yes, the actual burning of Bartle. That's what's next.
I don't know, I might pop up to the village hall. I want to be nosy inside, man.
You're nosy all the time.
Rude.
Not even two. This isn't all the West Western windows in.
Right, so this is the main Burning Bartle thing you've just seen there. They've just done the chant outside the Fox. They now walk straight down the road this way. And when they get to the end where the field was I showed you earlier on, they will then set Bartle, set them on fire. So we'll follow them down this way. I'll get a few more bits and pieces for you, and then we'll see the actual burning of Bartle.
Stephen, look.
Cuskillen will make his end. Shout, lads, shout! Cuskill bent, broke his neck. Swadden's end, Swadden's end. Cuskill will make his end. Shout, lads, shout! Hey! Hip, hip! Hey! Hip, hip! Hey! Right, we want some singing now.
How is this a real thing? The fire started! The fire
I know, oh, I saw his spot. Oh, I can see the fire.
Right, so that was Burning Bartle. It's a interesting experience actually, because when you're walking down there with the crowd, it actually does feel kind of like almost like that kind of mob mentality without the kind of malice, obviously, and the pitchforks and everything else. I probably would have gone with it back in the day, but it's quite nice actually. So yeah, do come and experience that if you can, although don't be fooled by the fact it's August, because out there it's actually bloody freezing. So if you are going to do that, do wrap up warm, because it's quite cold out there. But yeah, aside from that, yeah, that's Burning Bartle for you. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and the other bits and pieces we've shown you to do with the West Whitton Feast. And yeah, I hope you do come and kind of experience it for yourself at some point. Otherwise, if not, and you're happy with just seeing it on the video, then obviously that's good too. But either way, I'll see you on Sunday in, I think it's part 2 of the Whitby video, I believe. And until then, I'll see you, unless I make another short or something in between, which every now and then I do. Yeah, I'll see you on Sunday. You take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys soon.